If you could change any choices you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices radio show, Holographist coach, Christine McIver.
Yeah, that's me. Welcome, my friends. I'm so happy to see you here today. If you are listening live, I would love for you to come play with us in the chat room. We always have a lot of fun. If you are listening in the replay, thank you for choosing. Thank you for choosing to listen to something that I'm creating that I love, love, love to create. And if you're watching in any of the TV episodes, I'm just noticing I got a lot of color going on. I got a lot of color in my outfit. I got a lot of color behind me. So be ready. You might want to put on some sunglasses because it's bright up in here today. So welcome, my friends. I am Christine McIver. I am the host of the Inspired Choices show. I've been doing this show since 2011, and I'm incredibly grateful that I've continued to lean in more and more and more. And that's what really turns me on and lights me up, is creating with creators. That is, to me, so much fun. One of my big targets in the world, and one of the things that makes my life enjoyable, and especially during difficult times like the pandemic, is actually working with individuals who have their own business and who love to really look at what is possible for them to enhance, what is possible for them to grow, and the deep desire to create what's on their heart. If you've got a desire that's on your heart to create, connect with me, because I have so many tools. I've been in my own business now for 13 years. I've beat all of the odds that they talk about, and I'm thrilled. And if you have a business that you would love to expand upon, that you would love to start, that you would love to give CPR to, or you just really want to grow it even greater, you want to go to that next level, whatever that level is for you, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to work with you. I'm telling you, I am so turned on about business. More and more ideas just keep flowing. And if I can be a contribution to you, especially when I'm this lit up about it, imagine what can actually be created for you and your business. So tonight we are talking about, are you really committed to your business? Like, really? When I thought about tonight's show, that's what kept coming up in my head. Are you really committed to your business for reals? And I have this picture of, I have this picture on the show posting for today, and I have glasses on. I'm kind of looking sideways at you like, really? I thought that was a very appropriate picture for tonight's show. So are you really committed to your business? We have somebody in the chat room that just said, I'm half-assed committed. Well, I think that is probably the more truthful answer with most individuals than someone that's truly committed to their business. And I would love to be a contribution tonight. So stick around. I've got a lot of material that I'm going to be covering, and I'll probably run out of time. And that's okay, because that just means there could be a second show. But can you honestly say that you're truly committed to your business? Is it possible you committed to making money from your business and not really committed to the full success of your business? If you don't understand what the difference is between those two levels of commitment, join me tonight, where I'm going to show you how these differences can make all the efforts a huge pleasure. So what's the difference between the two levels of commitment, right? What's the difference between actually being committed to your business or being committed to making money? And what does it say to your business? How does your business respond? Now, if you've been on my show, if you've listened to any of my shows in the past, there's a few key aspects I'm going to repeat. All right. And they bear repeating, because we all need to hear these things again and again and again. So stick with me if you've heard some of these things, but it's so important for you to understand that your business, first and foremost, I want you to hear this. If this is all you take away from tonight, please listen very, very carefully. Your business came to you so it could come through you. Your business desires for you to be the creator, for you to be the one driving the bus. So know that the energies in the universe smashed together to bring this to you, right? They came to you because you are the very best person to bring this business forward. You, my friends, even the talents and capacities you have yet to discover are there. Your business is there knowing you're going to do it. You have the capacity to do it. Now, when I say your business knows you're going to do it, it's not like looking into the future going, yep, Christine's going to do all these things. No, all energies match. They match. The creations come and match with you. So your business knows what is possible. But you always have choice. You always have choice. And that's why this topic is so important, talking about commitment. If you are fully committed to your business, then that's fantastic. But how do you know if you're fully committed to your business? What does your business have to do for you to be fully committed? Does your business have to, I don't know, blow your numbers out of the water every year for you to be like, okay, yep, I'm committed. I'm going to keep doing it because look at the bounty that's come my way. Is that what your business has to do? Does your business have to be really easy for you that you can show up whenever it's convenient? Does your business have to deliver clients or customers with total ease and make it total fun for you so that you'll show up? So one of my very first questions that I really want to play with tonight is, what is your relationship to commitment? Do you know your relationship to commitment? Do you have commitment issues? How many people out there have commitment issues? Right? If you're committing to something, you're all in. And then I hear people say, except or but. How many people have been in relationships, intimate relationships, marriages, employment relationships, business partner relationships, parent-child relationships, where commitment wasn't 100% on both parties? How many? I mean, it's so easy for us to talk about how people will, they'll talk about, their boss. Let's just say their boss was always testing them. Their boss was always testing them. They were always trying to catch them doing something wrong, right? That's actually, you've got to look at, if you've had those relationships, all right, again, everything is energy. So what were you being? What was the energy of you that you were attracting that to you? Did you settle for a job that actually put, you kind of said, well, I'll take this until, I'll do this job until, right? You've got one foot in the job and you got one foot out of the job. So you're not committed to that job. You're barely 50% committed to that job. You're certainly not 100% committed to that job, right? And like so many of us talk about, people can read the energy. One of my colleagues, Jen Wood, was talking about energy and how we can read other people's energy on her show today. And so what is your boss reading, consciously or unconsciously, about your commitment? So if it's their business, imagine you have an employee and you're sensing on some level that this person is not committed, right? You're going to stay on their ass because this is your business. So ask yourself, if I ever had that relationship with an employer, did I bring that same thought process, belief systems, back door Like your back door is like, well, if this doesn't work, I'm going to run out the back door. Did you bring that with you to your business? How many of you have actually, thought about, hey, if this doesn't work out, then I'm just going to go back to my job. If this doesn't happen, then I'm just going to do this. If you did that with a partner, a business partner, if you did that with an intimate partner, right? I know people. In fact, I was married to a man, and I didn't know until after we had been married about a year and a half, that he had a back door. He had a back door. He completely set things up behind my back that if the relationship didn't go the way he wanted, he was completely covered and he wasn't going to lose anything. Well, he lost everything because he lost me, baby. But do you know what I'm saying? He wasn't committed. So how do you actually make a relationship, whether it's with another human being or with a business, how do you make a relationship successful if you've got a backup plan in place? Because listen, there's nothing wrong with having a backup plan to support you as you begin your business or as you grow your business or as you're in a pandemic or as you are maybe changing or pivoting or, whatever the case may be, right? Absolutely have things in place. It's like you don't have just one set of sheets. You have two sets of sheets, right? You always have that extra to support you. That's wise business. But if you have a backup plan in place so that if it doesn't work, you're out the door, the energy you are giving your business is, I don't believe in you. I don't believe in you. And in actual fact, what you are saying unconsciously is, I don't believe in me. I told you, ass kicking tonight. Are you ready for it? We are going to go to break really soon. And when we come back, I've got a whole bunch of other things that I really want you to begin to look at. But this big piece about, do you have a backup plan in place just in case it doesn't work out? You've got to check on the energy of that. You've got to check on the fears that are driving that backdoor plan. Because everything is energy. And if you're putting out to the universe, if you're putting out to your business, your future possible clients and customers, whoever you work with, whoever you connect with to create your income, if you are consciously or unconsciously, 1% or 100% putting out, I'm not really positive about this. It may not work. So, if you buy it, then I might lean into working this. But if you don't, I may not. They may not know any of the reasons why, but the energy reads as something is off. Something is off. And you may have the most amazing product idea. You may be so capable in the services that you bring. You may be so intelligent with what you can do that you are shortchanging yourself because you don't have the belief system in yourself. And you have got a hell of a lot of judgments and a hell of a lot of expectations on a business that you're stepping back from before you've actually really begun. All right, we're going to go to our first break, my friends. You are listening to Inspired Choices with your host, Christine McIver, here on the Inspired Choices Network. If you dare, come back where we're going to keep talking about commitment and your commitment to business. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices Radio Show with holographist coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show. every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with holographist coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome forward, my friends. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And for all those people out there desiring more information, more knowledge and insight about being in business or about how they can grow their business even greater, come on and join us live in the chat room, or you can email me, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca, where I will answer your questions and give you some guidance. And if you would like to really lean in and grow your business, I have some fabulous business packages where you can work with me for 1 hour, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, whatever you require. And I actually have a strategic business special package you can check out on my website, inspiredchoices.ca. So one of the questions, before we went to break, we were talking about how your business came to you so it could come through you. And I really wanted you to lean in during break about your relationship to commitment. And do you have this, backup plan if it doesn't work out? And where are you at with that backup plan? Is that a backup plan to support you as you continue to move forward? Or is that a backup plan when you don't succeed? And knowing those two things are very, very important. Now, one of the other pieces that is extremely important, my friends, is to ask yourself, what is your measuring tool to know that you are really committed to your business? Have you ever even thought about that? What is your measuring tool? Now, if you are young as in, you've just started your business and you are not actually, you don't even have a year under your belt yet, okay? I want to really challenge you to do whatever it takes to make it through that first year. Do whatever it takes, okay? Really commit your time and your thoughts and your efforts. Give yourself a full year before you decide that you're not good at it or it's not successful or whatever the case may be. Because here's the thing, that old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't know all the ins and outs of what it is required for a business until you make it through at least the first year. And when you make it through the first year, the wonderful thing about that is that you're going to have a marker of success that you can now track. So I want to come back a little bit though and ask again, how do you measure that you are really committed to your business? And in order to know that, what I really believe is you need to understand what you define as success in your business. What is the measuring stick for your success? Is money the only measuring stick that you have to know that your business is successful? And something that I just heard as I was saying that is your business. And when we say that, oftentimes there is this separation between us and the business. There is a separation. But the fact of the matter is, there's really no solo businesses out there. Your business is in partnership with you. The question is, are you in partnership with your business? Are you? Do you have your businesses back? Do you care about the creations? Do you care about giving the support to your business that you would give to someone else, to even a boss? You know, most people are more committed to their bosses than they are to their own business. And you know why that is? It's because we like to be held accountable. It's easy to be held accountable to someone else because they give you, they lay out exactly what you have to do. They give you the measuring sticks, all the measurements, like you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. And it's easier to be held accountable when someone is saying, good job, Billy. No, bad job, Billy. Right. And it's so much easier than holding yourself accountable. We don't like being held accountable by other people, and yet it's more convenient than holding ourselves accountable. Because you know what we do when we're holding ourselves accountable? It's super, super easy for us to give up. It's super, super easy for us to go tomorrow, another time, right? It's really easy. Who's going to know? Who's going to know? Nobody's going to know if I don't do that. Nobody's going to know, especially if you're keeping everything really close to yourself. And I'm going to tell you, you need to smarten up. You need to smarten up. You need, what you really need in order to succeed is to know where your weak spots are. Know where your weak spots are. So if you're not great at doing some tasks in your business, hire somebody to do them. You're obviously great at something that you would start a business, okay? Don't deny that. But also, don't put your head in the sand and think that you have to do everything and that you can't pay somebody else. Go back and listen to my other shows because there's a lot of them in there and I speak to that very, very specifically. But the fact of the matter is, my friends, is you've got to be willing to see where your weak spots are as a leader in your business, because you are the leader in your business. If you're the owner, if you're the CEO of your business, you are the leader in your business. Even if there's no other teammates, you're the leader of your business. Know your weak spots. Know if you are not great at pricing things because you undervalue the hell out of yourself, then hire somebody to support you to figure that out, to really look at what would support you and what honestly is the true value. If you're really not great at being an employer to people, then you need to hire somebody that either teaches you how to be a great employer, or maybe you hire a supervisor to take care of those individuals so you can be the leader, but they actually are doing some of the tasks as taking care of employees. If you know that you are not great at believing in yourself, you need to hire a coach that helps you to learn how to do that. Know your weak spots. You have them. I have them. Everybody has them. It's too damn easy to throw the towel in on your business. And whether you do it in one full swoop and you bring down your website and you rip up your business cards and you go and you get a job and you go, I never want to talk about that again. Or, and this is what most people are doing, is they are slowly chipping away at their commitment to their business one day at a time. One day at a time. I'm not going to bother doing that. Yeah, I'm just, I'll do it another time. Like, you want to hear something funny? Talk about completely telling you guys everything. I have been back and forth with allergies and headaches with allergies. And I had one of those today. And I had some challenges today in the business, as we all do. And I was like, I don't think I want to do my show tonight. I think I'm just going to pop a replay in. And then I stopped for half a second and I went, okay, your show's about commitment. And that's my business's way of showing me, hey, step up, be the leader for yourself. Are you being the leader for other people? Are you being the leader for yourself? Are you willing to honestly be the leader for yourself so that you can look in the mirror tonight? You can look in the mirror the next morning and go, that was awesome. That was great. I stepped up. I remember years ago when I was doing a lot of in-person classes. I was teaching with a company. I had been certified in some different programs. And I remember that, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because my producer says, so funny. I actually had the awareness that you might pop in a replay. And then I saw your title and was like, nah, she won't. Jen, you know me very, very well. So years ago, I remember as I was putting classes out and looking for participants in the classes, and, I would get frustrated because this was very new to me. And, if people weren't signing up or if there was only like one or two, I would get frustrated. And I remember one of the people that taught me, she said, no matter what, if you create that class, you show up. You be committed to it. And what she was teaching me that I didn't really realize at the time is she was teaching me the energy that I am putting out to the world is I'm showing up. I am here. I'm doing it. Are you coming? Are you coming? And I did really well with all of my classes. I did really, really well. And sometimes there was one person and sometimes there was 8 or 10. And that was great. But the biggest lesson for me was you show up. So are you showing up for your business? Are you doing what you imagine you would be doing? Are you giving up? Are you running away? Are you playing let's pretend with this business? Ask yourself that question. One of the biggest things that I know is when people are not being vulnerable with their abilities, with their own business, they actually can destroy what could be a great, great business. And being vulnerable means putting your hand up and asking for help. If you are struggling, and everybody does at some point, everybody struggles. We didn't come to planet Earth to have just put our feet up and, eat bonbons. We came here to grow and evolve. And sometimes that looks like struggle. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be full struggle. If you are asking and you have a deep desire to grow and learn and expand, the universe will support you. Your business will support you. But you have got to put your skin in the game. You've got to be committed to this. And if you're not being vulnerable with, I have a lot of fear. I need to get this taken care of. I need to figure this out. Or I'm worrying all the time. I'm in tons of anxiety. I don't know how to get out of this anxiety. I don't know how to talk to people. I really, really don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to communicate. I don't like being on video. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what the block is. If you're not willing to be vulnerable and really honest with yourself, you're going to allow that very small thing that I understand it's really big for you when it's difficult, but you're going to allow that small thing that you could actually step up to the table at and grow through. You're going to allow that to stop you and stop your business from being a contribution in the world. And in the world is also a contribution to you. So are you willing to be vulnerable with the places and spaces within you that you only say to yourself or that you turn away and you don't want to look at? Are you willing to be that vulnerable so that together you and your business partner, your business, can be successful? It's possible to be successful and to bring in a very modest income in a business and have complete joy. It's also very possible to bring in an excessive income to have employees that are happy, that you're helping to feed their families and bring joy to their lives and bring joy to your life and create pleasure in the world. It's possible. Every single thought that you have is possible, but you've got to be willing to put your skin in the game, and you've got to be willing to be committed to both your business and yourself. And by being willing to be vulnerable and to bring your mess to the table, that's showing your commitment. This is not about being the victim. This is not about, crying in your coffee every morning. This is about going, I'm struggling, I need help, and I'm committed for myself, for my own growth to get there. Do you know why coaches started in the world? Do you know how they started? It wasn't because of people's relationships with their children or their partners or people's struggle with money. It wasn't any of that. Life coaches actually started because business owners were all by themselves and they didn't feel comfortable and confident being vulnerable with an employee, even if it was their VP, with where they personally struggled. That's where life coaches started. And that's the value that they have brought to the world. If that profession wasn't something that could contribute, it would have petered away. But that has grown again and again and again. If you are looking for someone that is going to have your back and is going to support you and hold you accountable to growing your business, contact me. That's what I do. And I love to do it. And when you're working with somebody that loves what they do, it permeates in the support that they give you, in the creation that they create. You know of somebody that maybe is an amazing artist. You know of people out there that create beautiful art, that create beautiful jewelry, that create amazing structures, maybe beautiful homes. They love what they do. They do it for the love of doing it. That's the first thing. If you're in a relationship with your business where you're not doing it first and foremost because of your love of it, you want to step back and look at that. Did you jump into business for money's reasons only? Or did you jump into business because it turned you on and lights you up, even just a little bit? Look at that. If you're struggling, it's hard to look for the pleasure in your business. I understand that. I understand that personally. But the fact of the matter is that your business came to you and it jumped at one moment. It jumped to the idea of doing that, to contribute. Are you willing to stoke the embers of that desire? Be vulnerable with where you are and put your hand up so that you can really be committed to you and to your business. That's the big question. And it takes courage. It takes courage to say, I'm struggling. It takes courage to ask for help and to be vulnerable. But the rewards are over the top. I would never be where I am today had I not, through tears, through embarrassment, through shame, which was all bull, but through all of that, if I hadn't put up my hand and asked for help again and again and again. I have a business coach because I want to grow. I want to be more amazing than I've ever been before. Every day I want that. That's my desire. And I desire to take my business to the next level. I love what I do. And when I work with someone and they have a success, that just, it brings me to tears. It does. Okay, we're up for our second break. I don't want to cry too much. I don't want to ruin my makeup tonight. So my friends, you are listening to Inspired Choices here on the Inspired Choices Network. We're talking about business, surprise. We're talking about commitment, and we're talking about being vulnerable. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with holographist coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you ready to have pleasure with your business? Yes, I said pleasure with your business. The Pleasure of Business a la carte will surprise you with topics like meet yourself in the boardroom, money, services, and you. Expand your visibility. The pleasure of communication. The pleasure of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Christine McIver has so much pleasure with business and loves teaching all things business. Beginning a new business? Desiring to expand a current business? Or looking to resurrect a business that has been dormant? This program will get you fired up and bring more pleasure than you have ever imagined. Exhausted with your excuses for not creating a phenomenal business? Join now for all the pleasure with business. Pleasure of Business a la carte gives you total choice for what you desire and what your business requires. That's 24 weeks of different topics to choose from with weekly calls, audio and video recordings, and PDFs. This class will have you dive right in and use tools to create the business that has been speaking to you. Go to inspiredchoices.ca for full details or join the Facebook page Pleasure of Business a la carte. Now is the time for you and your business.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with holographist coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hi, my friends. Well, gosh, this show is going fast tonight, and I feel like I'm kicking your butts. So if you've got a little pain in your butt, you're welcome. And thank you so much for being here, because these are the shows that really can make a big difference in your future with your business. And sometimes it's hard to hear, but it's so necessary, because here's the thing. If something lights you up and something is really desiring to come through you, there are people in the world looking for what you have to gift. So as you become more committed to your business and you become more committed to yourself to grow, the world actually gets a contribution from you and your business. There are people that are out there looking for what you do. There are people that are searching for you. Are you going to show up? Are you going to be committed even when it's easy to walk away? Are you? So here's my next question to you. Which direction are you looking in? Which direction are you looking in when you have a business challenge? Now, let me explain this. When you're having a challenge, any kind of challenge, but a business challenge, are you looking out at other business owners and seeing their success and then beating the heck out of yourself? Are you concluding that there's something wrong with you? Because none of us do that, right? No, none of us do that. Listen, being in your business is not for the faint of heart. Being in your business, even if you're doing it 50% of the time, being committed 50% of the time, I want you to get this, that being in your own business, you are holding yourself accountable. Even if you're only showing up 50% of the time, you're still showing up 50% of the time. There are people that start jobs and quit jobs every second week. There are people that are not committed to anything, that they cannot look at anything that they've ever been committed to. They haven't been committed to, caring for someone else. They haven't been committed to helping to raise their own children. There are people that are not even committed to friendships. There are people that are not even committed to their own bodies. that they're not actually honoring their bodies. They're not actually honoring their word, right? They're not committed to themselves. And that's what holds them back from being committed to other people. But when you're criticizing yourself and you're beating yourself up and you're having a challenge in your business and you're looking out at other people's businesses and you're seeing that they are successful, guess what's going to get louder? The judgment that you have picked up and been swallowing all these years. Who are you comparing yourself to? Who? There is no one that is in your business that has your abilities and capacities, that has your previous life's challenges or growth opportunities. There is nobody that has your family dynamics. There is nobody that has a combination of everything that you have. Just like your fingerprint is unique, so is your business and the creation combination of all of it, including you. So why would you go and look at what other people are doing and criticize and condemn yourself even more? You know, there's so many people out there that are looking for the magic bullet. They're looking for the answer to be successful. I am telling you right now, there are amazing tools that I use. I use all sorts of different computer programs. I use all different sorts of tracking systems. I use, email. I use, different pieces of equipment. I have a Mac Mini. I have some big screens. I have a cell phone. I use all of those things. But none of them mean diddly crap if you're not committed to your business. If you're not putting skin in the game, even 50% of the time, it's not going to be successful, regardless of those tools. But my friends, just like you're looking outside and comparing yourself to other people and saying you're not good enough, you're also not looking at the amazingness of what you have actually been successful at. Most people that are beating themselves up are not doing any of that. And that's one of the very first things that I start to do with my clients. So this is a freebie tonight for all of you out there. Get a piece of paper, get a book, get a whiteboard, get something that you see all of the time, and start writing down your successes. And one of your successes might be, I was honest with myself today that I haven't been showing up to my business. That's awesome. That in and of itself is a success, because the minute you start acknowledging something, there's something inside of you that desires it for it to change. That's awesome, right? Write down, like, I sold this today, or I hired this person today, or I've delegated this, or I've done this. Write down your small successes. Write them down and look at them and acknowledge them and celebrate them. But the really cool thing is, as you do this, if you write down, let's say you write down 3 successes a day for a week, you have 21 successes that you have not acknowledged probably for the lifetime of your business. Somebody might say to you, oh, that's really cool that you've done that. And you're like, oh, thanks very much, right? We suck at acknowledging ourselves. We suck at celebrating ourselves. And we sure as heck don't want anybody to see us bloating about it. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's time to bloat about it. It's time to put that out there. It is time to acknowledge it, because your combination can't be found anywhere else. And if you're not acknowledging the successes that you are creating, how are you going to grow from there? How are you going to see where there's still room for opportunity to grow? How? It's time to stop looking outside and start looking inside of you. It's time to start acknowledging that part of you that's never done this before, that's maybe scared or frustrated or confused or lost or angry, resentful, whatever is going on with you. Look at that. Are you being like a Pollyanna, or you're just like, oh, everything's just really, really great, everything's fabulous, and you're completely ignoring the screaming issues that are going on? Are you doing that? What have you got to lose? Seriously, what do you have to lose? by being committed to yourself. What do you have to lose by being committed to your business? Listen, not all businesses succeed. They don't, but they succeed for as long as they assist you to grow. So maybe what you did at one time is no longer reading for you. That's okay. But are you running away from it? Or are you moving forward in your life? That's the question. When you're thinking about, hey, this business isn't working, what is it that's not working? Where's your measuring stick? What are you looking at? Are you committed to you growing, or are you just looking at the bottom line? If you're just looking at the bottom line, it's not going to succeed because you're judging the crap out of it. Just like somebody else won't succeed if you're judging the crap out of them. Wow, we are up to our last break of the show. This is going incredibly quickly. I'm really, really surprised. I want to say again, if you're someone who's out there who's struggling in their business, who is struggling with commitment to whatever it is, even if it's your job, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to support you because happier people in the world bring happier people in the world. You're listening to Christine McIver here on Inspired Choices on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back, my friends.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with holographist coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with holographist coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Oh, my friends, it's a great day. You know why it's a great day? Because when you have challenges and then you continue to lean in and lean in and lean in to your day, and you start to see the gold nuggets that come forward, that's success. What if you give up before, when you're right there? There is this, I haven't read this in a long, long time, and I'm going to need to get some glasses out. So just give me a second. You get to see my glasses. I love, love, love this one. This is called Don't Quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're drudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things go wrong that you must not quit. That is honestly, I have read this hundreds and hundreds of times. And I have continued to lean in and lean in and lean in. I'm so grateful that I've had so many growth opportunities. I've become the woman that I've desired to be. And I have a business that is so much fun. And I get to meet people all around the world. I work with a fantastic team of women, and we're open to men. We like men. If you're interested, let me know. I've worked with so many people over the years, people that have been part of our team, people that support us, our tech teams, all sorts of different people. I've worked with we've had different hosts on the network. I've had lots of different clients from all over the world. And I didn't quit, and I've grown through every single opportunity. But I have had my struggles. But what I've learned about myself more and more, and learned about the success of my business, is my level of commitment to me and my level of commitment to my business. I'm committed to me. I'm committed to having my back. I'm committed to doing what's required to help me to grow, to help me to evolve, to become a better person today than I was yesterday. I'm committed to looking at where I allow my ego to get in the way. I'm willing to look at where I've made some really interesting choices. I'm willing to continue to grow and be committed. Are you? Are you willing to put your skin in the game for your own life, for your own happiness, and for your business? It's available. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. But you're not meant to do it alone. Nobody is meant to do it alone. And that's where I've seen so many people over the years struggle and really get into a very scary place with sadness and depression. And there's a lot of business owners out there that tried to do it alone, tried to be superheroes, were very, very ashamed of where they were at. And they unfortunately some of them even took their own lives. Gosh, it's so not worth that. And it's so much easier. It can be so much easier. And that's what I'm committed to. I'm committed to supporting business owners out there who are ready to turn it up, who are ready to get messy, to put all their mess on the table and look at it. They're willing to go, wow, wasn't that a really interesting choice that I made there? Wow. Who are willing to get curious, who are willing to really risk it all for joy and for happiness. Because if you're not risking it for joy and happiness, which includes money, which includes customers, which includes all of it, if you're not doing it for that, then why are you doing it? Go work for somebody else. If you're not doing it to bring more joy, if you're doing it for somebody else, go work for somebody else. Don't put yourself through that. You've got to have a deep desire inside of you. And you've got to be willing to really risk failing so you can really, really succeed. My friends, I am so grateful that you were here tonight, and I'm excited for next week's show. I know that it's about business. I can't remember the topic right now, but I can tell you, I can rest assured that I'm committed to coming back, and I'm committed to being here and talking to you and bringing all that I've got to the table, because you know what? That's what turns me on and lights me up. And look at, I have another thing that I can put on my success wall. I showed up tonight. I was committed to being here for me. And I'm committed to being here tomorrow as well. My friends, always keep this in mind, that no matter where you are on the journey, there's somebody out there that is willing to support you. Put your hand up, ask a question. And remember, no matter what occurs each and every day, you can always make another choice. That's always available to you. But just remember to make an inspired choice, something that's coming from within you. Until next week.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.